Al-Bukhari 2761, narrated Ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Sa'd bin Ubadah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu consulted Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, saying, "My mother died and she had an unfulfilled vow." The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Fulfill it on her behalf." Sahih Al-Bukhari 2762, narrated Ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, that the mother of Sa'd bin Ubadah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, the brother of Bani Sa'ida radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, died in Sa'd's absence. So he came to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, saying, "O Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, my mother died in my absence. Will it benefit her if I give in charity on her behalf?" The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Yes." Sa'd radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said, "I take you as my witnesses that I give my garden al-Makhraf in charity on her behalf." Sahih Al-Bukhari 2763, narrated Az-Zuhri radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Urwa bin Az-Zubair radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said that he asked Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anhu about the meaning of the Quranic verse, "And if you fear that you will not deal fairly with the orphan girls, then marry other women of your choice." 4.23, Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. It is about a female orphan under the guardianship of her guardians who is inclined towards because of her beauty and wealth and likes to marry her with a mahar less than what is given to women of her standard. So they, i.e. guardians, were forbidden to marry the orphans unless they paid them full appropriate mahar, otherwise they were ordered to marry other women instead of them. Later on, the people asked Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam about it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the following verse. They ask your instruction, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, regarding women. Say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructs you regarding them. 4.127, and in this verse Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala indicated that if the orphan girl was beautiful and wealthy, her guardians would have the desire to marry her without giving her an appropriate mahar equal to what her peer could get. But if she was undesirable for lack of beauty or wealth, then he would not marry her, but seek to marry some other woman instead of her. So since he did not marry her when he had no inclination towards her, he had not the right to marry her when he had an interest in her, unless he treated her justly, giving her a full mahar and securing all her rights. Sahih Al-Bukhari 2764, narrated Ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. In the lifetime of Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu gave in charity some of his property, a garden of date palms called Samag. Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu said, "O Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam, I have some property which I prize highly and I want to give it in charity." The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "Give it in charity, i.e. as endowment with its land and trees, on the condition that the land and trees will neither be sold nor given as a present nor bequeathed, but the fruits are to be spent in charity." So Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu gave it in charity, and it was for Allah's cause, the emancipation of slaves, for the poor, for guests, for travelers, and for kinsmen. The person acting as its administrator could eat from it reasonably and fairly, and could let a friend of his eat from it, provided he had no intention of becoming wealthy by its means. Sahih Al-Bukhari 2765, narrated Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. The following verse, if a guardian is well off, let him claim no remuneration, I wage, but if he is poor, let him have for himself what is just and reasonable. 4.6 was revealed in connection with the guardian of an orphan, and it means that if he is a poor, he can have for himself from the orphan's wealth what is just and reasonable according to the orphan's share of the inheritance. Like and subscribe my channel for more hadith videos. Allah bless you. Allah Hafiz.